Hey, what's up, Jason? This is Steven. I spoke to you a little bit earlier. In this video, I'm just going to show you three things that if you actually start doing today, you can start to climb the rankings in Google and start surpassing some of your competition and getting more high quality jobs. Now, if by the end of this video that you can see that I do have the technical know-how to get this done, you can reach back out to me and we can chat. Or if you want, you can just take this information and implement it yourself. Either way is fine. Now, the three things I'm going to be going over are content, citations, and backlinks. Now, content is everything on your homepage, really your entire site, but primarily your homepage. Now, Google likes to see at least 1,500 words of content on the front pages of these service based industries, such as junk removal. It gives you plenty of opportunity to add in, we call them buyer intent keywords and keyword phrases. This is basically what people are searching for when they're searching for your services. Now, I went ahead and pulled up one of the main competitors, and this guy is the main competitor. The Count Juncula of Raleigh page is number one right now in Google. And I went ahead and threw them into a tool I use here called Ahrefs. This tool is pretty cool. It gives me it pretty much gives me a behind the scenes view of what Google actually uses to rank websites. So this is their location page, and they're currently being found for 64 keywords. And because of that, well, one of the main reasons, their web page was clicked on 608 times just in the past 30 days. Now I went ahead and threw your website in the same tool, and your site is currently not being found for any keywords, so therefore it's not going to be clicked. Okay, so let's go back to our competitor here, and if you click on that 64, which I already did, and I pulled it up, it'll bring up all 64 of those keywords. And what we want to really pay attention to are these keywords with the locations attached to them. These ones get all the search volume. So like junk removal Raleigh NC, that term alone got searched right around 640 times just in the past 30 days. And their location page was clicked on 231 of those times out of those searches. So you'd want to go down a list like this and grab all the relevant keywords with these locations, and you'd want to put them on your website. So you want to make sure you have that 1,500 words, because if you don't, if you just have a few words and then all you're putting is those keywords, right, it looks unnatural and Google will actually flag you for that. So, but if you were to do that, that would put you in the play, get all those keywords, that would put you in the game. Google will be able to actually find you, right? So next thing I'd like to go over are citations. Now, when people are searching for these terms like junk removal, Raleigh NC, now studies have shown that right around 45% of those people are going to be clicking on one of these businesses in this section here. This is the map pack, and this is your Google business profile. Now, most people believe that the main factor in getting ranked in here are the reviews, but that's not the case. The main driver here are citations. And a citation is basically your business's name, address, and phone number on a directory online. And some examples of these directories are like Yelp, Angie, White Pages, Yellow Pages, and there's a ton of them. And I'm sure you guys have them. Most businesses have some, but we find that it's usually the businesses that have like between 200 and 300 that end up doing really well in placing in this map pack here. Now, there are tools that will show us what citations these businesses have. So we can literally find out what Count Juncula has and say their Raleigh page has say for example, we find they have 250 citations. You just want to go down that list and match every citation all the way down and then add about 50 to 100, and that should be enough to put you up in this pack, if not dominate the pack. Now, underneath the map pack is Google's organic search results list. Now, the number one spot here captures right around 40% of clicks. Now, it's 45, but that's split up between these three businesses up here in the map pack. This is 40% all by itself. And the main driver here is what we call backlinks. Now, backlinks, it's essentially other websites on the internet that have a link on their site that when clicked, it leads back to your site. Now, Google uses these backlinks as like an online referral system. And what I mean, and the more relevant that site is, it's linking back to you, the better for you. And what I mean by that is, say you have like a local Raleigh blog page or an industry, popular industry related site that's linking back to you. The more of those that you get, the more Google is going to, or the higher Google is going to rank you in these rankings. But since you guys are a junk removal company, say you have like a pizza website, say it's even Pizza Hut, for example, really popular site, gets a lot of traffic, and they're linking back to you. It's not going to do you guys any good because you don't sell pizza or you have anything to do with pizza. So I went ahead and I pulled up, excuse me, another one of your competitors here, and Junk King is actually number two in the area for Google for that number one key term. And this is their Raleigh site. And I went ahead and threw them in the same tool here. And as you can see, they've been searched almost nearly 500, or they've been clicked on nearly 500 times in the past 30 days. Now, just to be clear, it's through your content, specifically your keywords, that Google is able to find you for these terms that people are searching for. It puts you on the radar, but it's through your backlinks and the quality of your backlinks, the relevance of your backlinks, that Google determines where they're going to place you when people on the results list when people search for these, right? So right now, Junk King has 241 backlinks, and they're coming from a total of 41 other websites. They call them referring domains in here. So let's go ahead and look at your backlinks. So you currently have 4 backlinks coming from 4 websites. But honestly, it doesn't matter what your backlinks. You could have the best backlinks in the world, but if you're not getting found for your keywords, it's not going to matter, right? So first you got to get that fixed and then work on the backlinks. But let me show you a trick here. So we're going to go back to our competitor, and this is that Junk King Raleigh. And so they're getting their power. These links are it's these websites that are pushing the power through the links, if that makes sense. So we want to look at these websites. So we can click on that 41. This is going to bring up all 41 of the websites that Junk King is getting backlinks from. And what you want to do is go down all this entire list. You can't this is like from their own site. These are internal links, so you can't get the Junk King ones. But all the other ones you could get backlinks from. And if your content is on point, right, you have all the right content and keywords at this point, and you do this, it will actually put you in contention for that number one spot. But what would really put you over the top is if you did the same thing with like the top 3 websites, 3 to 5 maybe, and got backlinks and copied, all their backlinks, or reached out to all the websites they're all getting backlinks from. It would take some time, but you would eventually take over that number one spot and get all that traffic, right? And so, as you can see, this is a tried and true method too. It's like the people that are up here aren't up here by accident. So just to recap what we went over, first thing is going to be content. You want at least 1,500 words on your front page with the right keywords and the right amount of keywords. And then second is going to be citations. You want to be, I'd say, in at least 300 directories to really kind of start get up in this map pack and most likely dominate the map pack, depending on your address. And then lastly are backlinks, meaning you need more relevant websites linking back to your site in order to show Google that it's you guys that are the authority when it comes to junk removal companies in Raleigh and the surrounding area. Now, if you were to do this, you would eventually become number one. Now, like I said at the beginning of this, you can take this information if you want, Jason, and implement it yourself, and that's fine. Or if you want to book a discovery call with me, you can either respond back to this email or give me a call at 910-551-2006. Again, my name is Steven. I live right here in North Carolina, a bit south of you, just outside of Fayetteville. But other than that, man, I hope you have a good rest of your day and a happy Thanksgiving. Take care, Jason. Bye.